It's pretty amazing to think about how a single word, just one word, can travel through centuries, shaping what people believe and even inspiring music we still hear today. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to trace one ancient word on this incredible journey, from scripture to a powerful idea and all the way to a hymn. It really shows you how much meaning can be hiding just beneath the surface. So that brings us to the big question for today. How much meaning can a single word really hold? It seems like a simple question, right? But we're about to see that sometimes a word isn't just a word, it's actually a key that can unlock entire worlds of history, of theology, and even art. Okay, so to unlock all that hidden meaning, we need the right kind of key. And in this case, that key is a method that scholars call a word study. It's a really fascinating way to get right to the heart of what a text is trying to say. Think of a word study as being kind of like a linguistic detective. Seriously, you're not just looking at a translation in English. You're going back in time to the original language. Since the New Testament was written in what's called Koine Greek, that's where we're headed. It's the absolute closest we can get to what the author was actually thinking and intending. And honestly, we do this all the time in English without even realizing it. I mean, take the word heart. Sure, it's the organ in your chest. But what if I say, let's get to the heart of the matter, or she has a heart of gold? Same word, but the context gives it a totally different flavor, a different meaning. A word study lets us see those exact same kinds of rich, complex layers in ancient texts. So, how's it work? Well, the process is actually pretty straightforward. First, you pinpoint the original word. Next, you grab a special kind of dictionary called a lexicon to find its core definition. And finally, you look at all the different ways that word is used across the text to build a full, really nuanced picture of what it means. All right, so theory is one thing, but let's actually put this to the test. We're going to use this exact method on one single, powerful verse from the New Testament and see what kind of secrets it's waiting to tell us. And here's our verse. It's from 2 John, and it says, "Because of the truth which lives in us and will be with us forever." Now, on the surface, that sounds pretty clear, right? But you'll see that everything, and I mean everything, hinges on that one little word, truth. What did the Apostle John really mean by that? And this is where it gets really, really cool. The original Greek word here is aletheia, and the lexicon tells us this isn't just truth like a fact is true. No, this means something so much bigger. It means the objective, core content of Christianity. It's a truth that isn't just an idea you hold in your head, but something that actually lives inside a person. That is a massive, game-changing distinction. And what's so amazing is that this idea, this objective, living truth, didn't just stay locked away in an ancient manuscript. Fast forward a few centuries, and it becomes the absolute foundation for a core theological principle. And this is where the 18th century theologian John Wesley enters our story. He was looking at this very verse, and he took the deep meaning of aletheia and boiled it down to one powerful statement. There is no love without truth. He's basically drawing a straight line from that objective gospel truth to the personal, deeply felt experience of love. What Wesley came up with was this really beautiful, balanced doctrine. Just picture a scale for a second. On one side, you've got the subjective, inner feeling of love. And on the other, you have the objective, external discipline of the gospel, the truth. Wesley's whole point was that you need both for that scale to be in balance. One can't fully exist without the other, and this idea became a cornerstone of his teaching. But an idea this powerful couldn't just stay in a scholar's notes. It was about to make its final leap, transforming from a dense theological concept into a song that a whole community could actually sing together. You see, John Wesley had a brother named Charles, who was just a brilliant hymn writer, and they had this incredible partnership. John was the theologian, the guy who nailed down the precise doctrine, and Charles was the artist. He would take that doctrine and turn it into music, which was a genius way to teach this theology so that everybody could understand it, feel it, and sing. And you can see this process play out perfectly in the hymn Charles wrote based on his brother's teaching from this very verse. Just listen to these words: "Giver of concord, Prince of Peace." He took that idea of aletheia, that objective truth, and showed what it leads to. It's not just love, but it's unity and peace. The theological idea has literally become a song. So let's just pause for a second and pull all of these threads together. We've literally just followed the journey of a single word across nearly 2,000 years of history. This table just lays out the entire journey perfectly. You can really see the layers build on each other. It starts at the top with the word, aletheia, from the Apostle John.
Then you move to the middle layer, the doctrine, from John Wesley, which connects that truth to love. And you end up at the bottom with the song, from Charles Wesley, which turns that doctrine into a shared hymn about peace.
What's so incredible about this whole process is that we've woven together three totally different fields: the study of language, the study of belief, and the study of music. And by bringing them all together, we don't just get a deeper analysis of a verse. We get a much more holistic, richer, and honestly, more memorable experience of its meaning. So, after following this single word all the way to a shared song, it leaves us with one final, really interesting question. This kind of thing isn't just a one-off. It makes you wonder, what other hidden connections between language, belief, and even art are just waiting there to be found in the things you read every day? What might you find if you start digging?